duality. Evil, what you call evil, wicked, harmful, because I don't really believe in good and bad, okay? But something is either going to be beneficial for you or harmful, okay? So you got people who wear these masks of love and light, but down in their heart, they dark as fuck and just evil and rotten and wretched. And it's easy to do the love and light thing because you don't have to show up as who you are. It's hardly nobody in the world who gonna have an issue with you being love and light all the time. But when you step into the arena of, you know what, no, I need to be able to be authentic. That means that I need to be, because see, people think that we're being vain by calling ourselves gods and goddesses, but it's the opposite way around. We're actually accepting accountability, and we understand that we are co-creators and that everything in our life is in our life because of decisions that we made. So that is very spiritual, to accept accountability. But even the shit that's in your life that you don't know what you did to cause that to be in your life, and you accept accountability for that, that's what it means to be a god. A goddess. Ye are gods. So we're not running to a deity saying, oh, please forgive me. Oh, I did something bad. Please forgive me. That's disempowerment. And so the archons have this structure set up where we're constantly disempowering ourselves and teaching it to each generation. So in actuality, and I already know that the analytics finna get hella crazy after I say this, because some videos and certain stuff I say, YouTube just don't be on it. And y'all know the censorship is going to a whole other level. We're trying to figure out now what we gonna do, because our information is getting more and more esoteric, occultic, and more our journey is taking us to a place where we're actually able to give y'all keys to unlock doors that's been locked, that seem like you can't unlock. And so as it's happened, we don't want you all to miss out on the information. So I don't know, but I'm finna say this right now. It is what it is, and we'll figure out how we gonna deal with that when we get to it. But what happens is when you stop being afraid to be who you are, all of the souls that you have contracts with to impact, they get free too. They get free by seeing you liberated. And the structure of the system of the Catholic Church, there was a lot of bloodshed in the foundation of the church. So that particular deity or entity, demigod, has a whole lot of payment that's been made with blood. So what does that mean for us? Power is how you fight fire. So we're not having to sacrifice chickens or sacrifice our children. You know what I'm saying? Go on these wars because what other people believe, they're not allowed to believe that. That's not how we fight fire with fire. What happens is we get free one by one at a time. And automatically your children are going to get free too, because they get to experience the vibration of not being under the spell and being free. Okay? So we are undoing the damage by doing the work, the soul work that we're doing each day. Shit is changing. So the 3D matrix and those who are the Lord's over are trying their best to hang on. They hanging on by a string. Because it's the shit ain't working. The things that made us fearful is not working because we've been working on our hearts. We've been working on learning how to be pure, figuring out what's the real me and what's the false self. You know what I'm saying? What was created as a result of trauma, and how was I before this trauma? And we've been remembering who we were always meant to be. That is fighting fire with fire. Okay? And for the Catholic Church to have as many wars as they had and killed so many people. It was so many medicine women and men who were murdered because they were accused of being sorcerers and witches. And I mean, all of this. And it's so backwards, the world we live in. It's really like Alice in Wonderland. You know what I'm saying? Shit is really upside down and inside out. Nothing is what it appears to be. The simulation is changing because our vibration is changing. And in 2020, because I had a dream, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I don't know how long I can stay on, but I'm staying on as long as I can because I'm channeling, I'm wide open, and I want y'all to get this. But I had a dream probably 2 or 3 years ago. We were Hebrew Israelites at the time. And very devout, actually, to studying the teachings. That's actually what put us where we are now, because we put in the work and study. But I had a dream that I walked outside one day and I saw people who had serpents, and the serpents were like walking beside them like a pet, and they had collars around their necks, and we were holding the collar. We were holding the leash to the serpent. I'm gonna have to go back and find that dream and repost it on the community page, and because I did post it on YouTube. And at the time, of course, I'm gonna discern that dream through the level of knowledge that I had. So I was just like, well, I guess this dream was just talking about the serpent from the Garden of Eden, and that we're finally going to have some control, over our own demons, our own evil, right? Now in hindsight, looking back, I still kind of was right. But what that means is, in 2020, we're learning how to harness the knowledge of the Naga, the knowledge of the serpent. We're learning how to feed the Kundalini energy and give it the ability to rise up 33 degrees. That's Jacob's ladder, and on into the cosmos through the crown chakra, where we do have the serpent on a leash. Damn it. Those of us who are willing to look at the ugly and willing to sit with it long enough to find something beautiful in it and take it and say, you know what? I've been through a lot of shit, and I'm not finna lay down. I ain't came this far to lay down. Some kind of way, I'm gonna take my life and I'm gonna make something beautiful come out of this bullshit that I've been given, because I agreed to this before I came here, and I know I didn't agree to it so I could just lay down and be a victim my whole life. That's the energy of the serpent. That is the Kundalini energy. That is the energy that splits the sea so people can get to a safe space. That's us. So continue to study and practice and let your knowledge raise itself so that you can part the Red Sea. You know what I'm saying? So that we can get to the real promised land. I promise. That's how it's happening. So whatever challenges you're facing right now, I'm telling y'all, whatever challenges you are facing, do the false self funeral that I posted, because that was channeled. I can't even take credit for that. That was an automatic writing. I've been, my poetry and stuff lately been so on point and so strong. Y'all know I rap too, but I started off doing poetry. And I'm realizing, because I've been using some memory oil, and I anoint my third eye with it before I meditate. And I've been using that to remember who I was before I came in the body and got amnesia. You know what I'm saying? And so I noticed that my creative writing almost seems as if my higher self is writing it. So that means that we're merging with our higher self, but a lot of us are not giving our higher self a way to express itself, because it ain't safe out here in these streets to be authentic, to be different. You know what I'm saying? We live in a world of clones. And if you don't look like or fit in, it's an issue. 2020 is not going to be like that. You go feel like, you know what? I can breathe. You go feel like I can stretch shit. Like, you know, when you first wake up, it's like 2020 is like, man, I'm woke. I'm woke. I can stretch. There is room for me because we are making room. We're making room. Absolutely. As we find our own inner divinity, we are making room. So do the false self funeral. I did it once, and even though I wrote it, I'm gonna do it again. Anytime you feel like your false self trying to sabotage some shit, go back and do the false self funeral ritual that I posted, because you don't want to carry that dead, stagnant energy into 2020. So all of the portals that's been opening, all of the portal work we've been doing, we did the compassion heart activation. If y'all remember, we did that. Like, I didn't even know I could do shit like this. Like, literally one day, I just woke up and was like, I'm gonna start reading tarot cards and writing spells and rituals. It was literally like one day I woke up and I was just like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. This, I was put here to do this. You know what I'm saying? And so don't carry that dead energy with you into 2020 because you did too much work to get where you are. And for many of us, I believe everybody in our soul group, that this is our last incarnation. I really do. The people who are going to incarnate again are the people who refuse to wake up. And that's okay because every soul has to go through its own process. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, at the end of the day, stay focused on the bottom line, okay? Because there will be a lot of distractions, okay?